Few actors in Hollywood have been copied and mimicked as often as Sylvester Stallone. From his voice to his signature expressions, these are some of the most unforgettable impressions of him ever made.
Yeah, I used to hear Sylvester Stallone sort of saying, doing a lot of swearing like that. I just have one of those days, mother loving came out of bust his ass. What about you? I have one of those days. What about you, Alan? Yes, I've had one of those days, too. The mother sent me to the corner shop for a packet of lemon puffs, and I came back with happy faces. Laughter. How many Sylvester Stallone movies would you actually have to watch back to back before you could imitate his voice and mannerisms this convincingly? I could enunciate to the back row just like Sylvester Stallone doing Hamlet. This would be a place where Stallone could do Hamlet to be or what? Applause. You do a Sylvester Stallone, don't you? Yeah, I do. I like him as Hamlet. Sylvester to be or not to be. Whether it's noble in the mind to stop the slings and arrows of rage support or to take a Sidewinder helicopter and nap an entire village. Laughter. Yeah, I do all my own stunts. You know what I mean. Cheering. People pay a lot of money to come to the theater. They want you. During the filming of The Expendables 3, Jason Statham's truck reportedly lost its brakes and went straight off into the Black Sea. And when he finally came back up to the surface, Sylvester Stallone was already standing on the dock, iPhone in hand. Sylvester Stallone, he lives up in the weir like in a gated community. He lives over there and he wasn't invited. The security they had security helicopters like it was the president. They're like a Mr. Washington, Rockies out front. He's pacing. He's like looking in the gate like, laughter. I said, should we? He's like, should we let him in? I'm like, yeah, let Sylvester come in. Said he was outside looking sad like man. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yo, Aiden over here. Laughter. So, I'm in the truck there and I slam on the brakes where I'm supposed to stop. Nothing happens. Next thing you know, I've hit 2 cameramen. I literally thought I'd killed him. It was like a split second later. Sinking fast straight to the bottom. I look out. I said, where's Sly? And he's, stood on the side of the dock there with his iPhone like that going, Jason, you need a doll. Laughter. Translated. That means, hey, do you need a yeah? Yeah, we need a translator with him. Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious. The cast of Suits is famous for constantly debating and arguing over the smallest things. But there's one argument that always gets surprisingly intense. Who among them can do the most accurate Sylvester Stallone impression? How you doing? This is Sly. I want to come down tonight. Like we have a few people, nothing special. And, but I may be there late, so my buddy Hanker will be coming. If he come, just let him sit down first. By the way, you got to work on your Stallone. We need a lower register. That was an incredible Stallone. I've been doing that since I was a kid. You can't touch it. Food in your mouth. No, I swallow. There's food. That's disgusting. Forget the iconic movie lines that everyone tries to imitate. According to his daughter, the real secret to delivering a perfect Sylvester Stallone impression has nothing to do with acting at all. It's simply aggressively demanding breakfast. Probably. Yeah, that is. You know what? How you doing? No, I don't think so. I'll have this for breakfast. I'll have my shake. I want my pancakes. Put some scrambled eggs and some jelly in it. Put you back in a while. Have you ever have some steak and pea and clam on the half shell for breakfast? It's the accident. In the 90s, Sylvester Stallone's name had turned into the ultimate comedy punchline. And in one unforgettable moment, the audience was already losing it with laughter even before Andrew Dice Clay could finish his very first line of the impression. I know this is your big comeback, and I know I came back from the dead to train you. No way. You just what you got light-headed there. Listen, I still got the island tiger. You know that animals don't scare me. Yeah. Well, this one would. Here we go. Here's Sylvester Stallone, Robert Gero, Eric Roberts, Al Pacino, and John Travolta. Hey yo, fellas, you want to check out the zebra? Who wants to see the zebra at the Narrow? You want to see the zebra? From box office rivals who once fiercely competed on the big screen to sitting side by side casually carving pumpkins. The relationship between Stallone and Schwarzenegger has changed in a surprisingly dramatic way over the years. Tet talking. He goes, "You want to carve a pumpkin? You want to carve a pumpkin? I'm telling you." I know. Yeah. Having a famous brother doesn't guarantee you a place in Hollywood. Frank Stallone found that out when he was flat broke and reportedly got rejected by his own brother. In a strange twist, he even started imitating Sylvester Stallone's voice himself almost as a way to get slice attention. And here's our brother sitting in this office that's huge, acting like the big shot, right? So I walk up, I go, "Listen, do you think there's a chance that I could just get maybe a 15-second, just the musical part? I figured a movie so big I could, pay my bills." "I don't think so." I said, "Well, I said that is very encouraging." "Thank you. Very encourage. It's the beaches." He said, "Yeah, I know it's the beaches." Applause and cheering. "So anything." So he goes, "Yeah." So he tried to humor him. "Go write some stuff maybe." So I goes, "Remember those songs you wrote?" "Yeah, I do." "You mean the ones you rejected?" "Yeah. Yeah, I do remember them." He goes, laughter. Now he's blowing me up, right? "We're never going to give you up." Moody and John's going, "Wow." He's going, "That's just what I'm looking for." I'm going like, I think I was eating a Colomade like the tentacle, laughter, came through my sinuses or something. He goes, "That's what I like." So then he goes, "Who is that?" And he goes, "How do you go up against the biggest action star on the planet?" According to Mel Gibson, the answer isn't to copy what he does, but to give your character something Stallone's heroes almost never have a real reason to be afraid. They usually had that two-dimensional kind of like Sly Arnold used to do, like with Commando, or with Sly doing, "You're the disease and I'm the cure," where he's doing that stuff, So, which was good stuff, but those guys they were not vulnerable at all. So, when I saw the Lethal script and I thought, well, the guy's crazy and he wants to kill himself. Tommy Davidson's perspective on Sylvester Stallone could seriously make you see the Rocky films in a completely different light from now on. Remember that Rocky coach, classic scene. He comes into his house at night. "Rocky, you can be the champion." Laughter. "We can be rich and I won't have to play the penguin anymore." I remember one time a guy put a nail in his glove and put a hole right in my cheek. "Rocky, is that right? Little dark side too, didn't he? My house stinks. My stink. I never asked you for no favors. You don't think I know what's going on around here?" In the next clip, Stallone breaks down what it's really like the very first time Samuel L. Jackson steps onto your set when the atmosphere shifts instantly and you can feel something about to change before he even says a word because he walks in like, laughter. He's just cool. You didn't expect to see a ghost, did you? It's like there's it's like so smooth and not many people can do that and have that kind of control. Out of everyone mentioned on this list, the most convincing Sylvester Stallone impression might actually come from the one person you would least expect. "Well, you don't like my house, Mick." "Mick, I ain't got no luck, huh? Hey, my house stinks." "Yeah, that's right. It stinks. My life stinks." Laughter. You just need proper management, you kids. You need proper management. You're going to eat late and you're going to crash thunder. Denzel Washington and Sylvester Stallone once happened to be neighbors. And according to Denzel, that unusual setup led to a very unexpected situation one evening when Nelson Mandela came over for dinner and suddenly a man walked in and said, and the guy came in and said, "You sir, Mr. Stallone keeps walking back and forth in front of the house like trying to hop over the fence to look, I'm trying to get Nelson." "I know, but I'm not there yet." "Yeah, but I think that you can be the champ, Rob." "Well, why are you telling me that?" "Well, because I think that, then why you looking around my house, Mick?" "If you think I'm such a sham, why you looking now? You want me to fight the fight? People ask me for my phone number. You don't think I know what's going on here?"